Hello everyone, it's Bob Butera, author of Meditation for Your Life and director of the Yoga Life Institute in Devon, Pennsylvania. I'd like to discuss with you some key points if you're beginning your meditation practice and perhaps reinventing your meditation practice if you've been practicing for a while. There's three key points that we bring up in the first section of this book. And I'm not going to review them all, but expectations, assumptions, and misconceptions are the first chapter that we dive into. When you read that section, especially if you're new to meditation, you want to try to unearth what you really think you're going to get out of meditation. You know, you may have read the Time magazine article, or you heard from a friend, or you read a specific book in the past and it talked about enlightenment, or it talked about alleviating depression, or some sort of wonderful claim. You want to try to figure out whatever those are, those assumptions, those expectations, those misconceptions, and you want to try to, of course, eliminate them, if not at the least be aware of them. Because when you start to do meditation, you're going to find, in short, the point that I was taught when I first learned some meditation in Japan, again, a number of years ago. People told me that in order to learn meditation, you might check your progress in 3 years' time. And I thought, 3 years? I'll practically be graduated college in 3 years. You know, I've never tried a sport that took 3 years to learn. Couldn't sitting still, be something. And then when I would raise a question, they said, well, maybe it'd be 10 years for you. Because they say in meditation, after 10 years, you start to make some serious progress. And that's meditating every day, once or twice a day. So whatever you've heard, I want you to try to come up with some clear plan, and I want to try to make it realistic. Meditation is this journey, and it's not just about sitting still and seeing some divine light surround you or to experience nirvana. It's a slow and steady journey. And now that it's been quite a number of years, the 10 years has long passed for me. But I will say there are immediate benefits to meditation, and there are long-term benefits. So if any of your assumptions or expectations were set up there, if you meditate each day, you are going to feel clearer, you're going to feel a little more relaxed, you're going to probably reduce some stress. It's not going to necessarily be easy, but you're going to feel some immediate benefits. The thing that's going to happen after those immediate benefits start to wear off and you reach a certain level where you're feeling pretty centered and you're meditating every day, there's going to be a little bit of a plateau. And that, you could argue, is a little harder, because then you have to stick with meditation even though you're not feeling anything new. And that's where this chapter, although it's the beginning of a book that's designed to help people find their path, it can also be important for people who have meditated for a number of years to think, what are my expectations, as a seasoned meditator? What was I expecting to happen after 5 years of practice or 10 years of practice? See, we can have expectations that pop up at different stages on our journey. So again, as long as we're aware of what those are, we can come back into reality and realize that meditation is a slow and steady progress. Now, a second point that we talk about in this is trying to understand your own disposition. And what I pull out in the next 2 chapters are things that you've done in your past that have been relaxing or centering. And, people will say cooking or jogging or one of those common activities, but I want you to think, does music make you feel very centered, or walking in the woods? And you can notice then how you approach those activities. And you can apply that same mindset to things that you've been successful with to seated meditation, which is just taking it to another level. Now, When you take something to another level, you have the benefit of really quieting your mind in a way that is spectacular when you're meditating, but you also have to realize it's not as easy as walking in the woods. There's beauty, the natural beauty around you. When you're sitting and meditating, you can face things like boredom. You can face what they call the monkey mind, a lot of thoughts. So you can really benefit a lot by figuring out what your strengths are. So we're going to try to work with the assumptions and the expectations, misconceptions, clear some of those out, become aware of them, and then we're going to look at our personal strengths as a way to start to create a foundation for a meditation practice. So that's what the book is going after in the first section. Each chapter has various journaling exercises and key questions that will help summarize the information that you're given. Hopefully this will help you a long way on your journey.